That's the dumbest shit I ever heard.
He needed somebody's butt to kick.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to the Beatdown.
The Beatdown.
Let's go.
If you love wrestling and having a good time, then my people, you have come to the right place. What a day. How great is it to be alive?
It's always great to be alive. That's the only thing I know.
Especially when another EK wrestling video drops. And even better when the Beatdown comes back to town.
We love it, buddy. We love it.
All right, my good people. Fellas, why don't you tell everybody who you are and who you do it for?
Once again, I go by Pooh. Been a long time wrestling fan since the 80s. Stick with it. You know, I have my preferences and styles and things, you know, forever changing. But always a fan of the sport.
Excellent, excellent.
I'm Jason, another lifer. Preferably AEW, but I like a lot of wrestlers in WWE. So
Excellent, excellent. And if you've been around this channel a couple times, a few times, if you've even been passing or you've seen any thumbnails, then you might be familiar with this face. But for all of our new time viewers, my name is Brandon, or you can call me Brando. We run this together. It's a family, friends like family operation that we've been going strong since 2019, but we officially changed over to the EK Wrestling banner around 2021.
Yeah.
So, you know, this has been a passion project of ours, something that we've been really, I guess, since the pandemic that we've been trying to, get this off the ground. We did a little pilot back then, and, you know, just if you enjoy wrestling content, you know, if you like parody skits about wrestling, if you like video essays about wrestling, if you like a band of brothers, a team coming down and just shooting the breeze, talking about the graps, we're the place for you to be.
Yeah, come join us.
Yeah, so we got those little pleasantries out the way. You know, we got to do all the YouTube stuff for everybody, you know, and introduce ourselves. But let's get down to the nitty gritty. Right. Let's do what it is that we do. Last time we were together, we filmed it at the end of 2025. It was our kickoff for the year. You know,
was that long ago?
Yeah, well, I mean, we filmed it after Christmas.
You're right.
Yeah, it was right after Christmas.
Yeah, right after Christmas.
Yeah. Leading into the New Year's and everything like that. But, you know, we used that to launch off the year for the channel, and we just reviewed everything. So a lot has happened in the wrestling world since we last got together.
Has it.
man,
And
Boy, has it.
it's like it's going by pretty fast. But one of the things that I feel like starts off the wrestling year, one of the things that every wrestling fan looks forward to, even some of our jaded fans,
Yep.
is the road to WrestleMania.
The road to WrestleMania.
We're just coming off of Royal Rumble, headed into the Elimination Chamber. It's like days away now. I'm not going to speak for you guys. I do want to see how you guys feel. Are you excited for WrestleMania? Did you enjoy the Rumble? Like, how'd you feel?
Well, as I said last time, because of the state of WWE, I really feel priced out.
Yeah.
But even before then, I felt like the product was getting boring to me. I wasn't really enjoying it. But how can you not be a wrestling fan and not get excited for the Royal Rumble? You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%.
Like that's like the time to be excited for it. It's like the playoffs in the NBA. You know, it's like the playoffs in the NFL. Like that is the time to get excited for the sport. So regardless of how I felt about WWE, like the closer it got to it, you know, it's like I get that itch.
Yeah.
You know, it's, I think I want to watch the Royal Rumble. You know, I'm watching the Rumble. You know, it was like that for me.
Okay.
I have to say, it was fine. You know, for me, I felt like it went safe, which isn't a problem. I don't have a problem with really none of the matches they had. I didn't have a problem with the winners of the Royal Rumble. You know, I think everybody that they chose was easy to invest in going into WrestleMania.
Okay.
But with that being said, the biggest excitement to me for the Royal Rumble are the participants. That's when you see what feuds will possibly start. The surprises. I felt like it missed the mark in both the men's and women's as far as the participants in the Royal Rumble. I felt like with a lot of the choices that they picked, like the ones that weren't there, like you should have just put Finn Balor in it. You could have put, some of these other guys in it that wasn't in the Rumble. So for me, okay, a lot of it got to do with what we were going through at the time. We were snowed in at the time.
Yeah.
So it wasn't really much else to do.
Yeah.
So, with that being said, I enjoyed the Rumble. It gave me something to do, being stuck in the house. But, I thought it was fine.
Just fine?
Just fine.
What about you, Jason?
I, too, watched the Rumble. It was one of those last minute things. Like, am I really gonna miss this Rumble?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The first one in a very long time. Like, to me, the Rumble, it's not bigger than WrestleMania. But it's funner.
Yeah.
Yes.
The Rumble is a fun pay-per-view.
Yes.
Yes.
And the surprises, that's part of it. But to me, the Rumble matches are just fun matches.
Right.
Yeah.
I thought everything was fine. I don't want to say mid
Yeah.
because that's a negative term, but fine is a good word.
Right.
Yeah.
I do appreciate that WWE normally picks out a person or persons and really highlights them in the Rumble match. I appreciate that. Obviously Oba.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Lash Legend.
Yes.
I do appreciate that they will pick out a certain person and really highlight them in the match.
Yeah.
Now, it normally doesn't pan out for their future after the Rumble.
Yeah.
They normally drop the ball on somebody, but
Yeah.
I do like that they try to do that.
Right.
The AJ Gunther match was good, even if you don't like the ending. It was a good match.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Safe would be the appropriate word. Also, I think the winners were safe.
Yeah.
I didn't. You weren't surprised by who won.
Yeah.
And as much as you hated Jay winning last year, I didn't see it coming.
Yeah.
And that's what I liked about it. Now, it was pretty sure Roman. Once Roman was in the Rumble,
Yeah.
it's kind of hard not to say he's gonna win.
Yeah.
Especially given the fact that he flew all the way to Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, he's not gonna be in the Rumble to lose.
Yeah.
I mean, this guy ain't coming to the Rumble to lose. So,
Do you guys feel like them playing it safe this year is what has gotten? Because we talk about like, the Rumble has that unpredictability factor.
Right.
It just kind of wakens up any nostalgia from past Rumbles. It gets you excited and primed for what would be the road to WrestleMania. Surprises, returns, like, the new talent that they showcase and everything like that. But with like you said, I don't think anybody was surprised that Roman or Liv won.
yeah.
And you also had, well, it wasn't really that heartbreaking to me that Sammy lost, but then you had AJ's retirement match.
Yeah.
You had Sammy losing in front of Saudi Arabia, which has become like his second hometown crowd to perform under.
Right.
And that lack of excitement, the safe winners. Do you think that has kind of led to where people are feeling about WrestleMania? Like, like you said, with it coming off with Jay winning last year, you had Cena's retirement. There was a little bit of more excitement in the air. Do you feel like that's the reason why tickets have been kind of moving slow? Do you think that is contributing to because I don't really see that many people talking about WrestleMania other than the tickets this year.
Yeah. You got anything you want to say about that?
I think it's a combination of things. I think obviously they're way too expensive.
Yeah, without a doubt.
I think I've seen a thing where the cheapest you could find was like $700 for nosebleeds.
Yeah,
and I mean that's for one ticket.
Yeah.
And it's the like you said, it's not exciting. I don't think it's exciting. They haven't given me anything to be excited for.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just
I don't feel like the winners really have much to do with the ticket sales.
Okay.
Because they went the safe route. I think if anything that may help. But this build to WrestleMania, it just you don't feel the excitement of it. You know, even outside of the price of the tickets and maybe just a lot of people feel priced out this year versus last year.
Yeah.
I think it's more the quality of the product, not necessarily the winners of the Rumble.
I would also like that. I wonder if the fact that all the shows are spread out around multiple streaming services, if it's harder to get invested because maybe you only have Netflix, maybe you only have a basic cable.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's a lot harder for people to stay invested with all of their product if it's spread out over multiple things. I mean, I can't afford, and I'm sure most Americans aren't able to afford all these things.
Yeah.
So I wonder if that has a lot to do with it.
But to be fair, things were really expensive last year too. Like I don't know, like how personally you guys have been doing, but I mean last year was kind of a struggle as well. I think that was kind of how things are. I think it's been a prolonged year of struggle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With that being said, the whole prolonged financial struggle, I'm sure a lot of the people that went last year are probably still feeling the financial
repercussions
paying
of
for it last year.
Of still that exhibit A, exhibit A still trying to
recoup.
Yep, recoup, reset, and reconfigure.
Yeah.
But yes, ticket prices are higher than they were last year. Last year they were ridiculous.
Right.
But you still had something. Like I think momentum is probably the biggest thing because I kind of lean to where Jason was saying when it's like a combination of the things. I do feel that WWE TKO has just completely ran off the plug with their pricing model. I feel like they've got a little bit too much dip on their chip lately to where they have priced fan. It's like, okay, how you keep pushing. When is the bubble gonna burst?
Yeah.
But it's like, it's already gotten way too expensive. It was already way too expensive last year, more expensive this year. Now for Elimination Chamber as well as WrestleMania, they're blacking out like the local bars and stuff to try to force people
that's
to
a slap in the face.
A big slap.
Why would you do that?
Like what are the details of this whole blackout?
Basically, if you're within a 30-mile radius of the arena they're going to the United Center in Chicago for Elimination Chamber.
Right.
And then the Allegiant Stadium. If you're within a 30-mile radius, like the bars aren't allowed to show the PLEs. They're forcing, but basically, you can't just go to a bar or like with Vegas, there was a lot of places last year that, different like venues, theaters, hotels, like all these different spaces that were there that, you know, there was like a really awesome place where it was like you could go see Mania. They had like a pool. There was like a big like projector, like screen, like kind of, it was, you know how like those like drive-in things, it wasn't a drive-in. It was like you know, you could eat, you could drink, you could like pool place, like any places like that, they ain't showing it. They're not allowed to.
They're not allowed to.
They're not allowed to.
Yeah.
Anything for a fan per se.
Yeah.
So screw the fan.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's been a big knock against him.
so
I was hoping it wasn't right.
At
But
this point, how can people say that they don't feel priced out? Like, how can you justify that WWE is for their fans?
it does seem like you're actively forcing you to spend this money.
Yeah.
I could go have fun, watch your product, have fun in a bar, or you're going to force me to pay upwards of $700 to go to your show, sit way up in the nosebleeds, and not have any fun at all.
Yeah. Now that I think about it, the way we was able to afford the Rumble, I owe you because you know how we had to do. Yeah. That's how we got to do.
We had to split it.
Yeah,
we had to split it.
My man was sitting on it for so long.
It's fine.
But
fine.
I guess my point is too, though, it's like it was already bad last year. Yes, it is getting worse. They already hit that point of pricing out.
Yeah.
But this is going to sound like, I'm not trying to sound like a shill because I'm not, I'm not a shill. But if they had something that was worth paying that much money, they could be like, oh, well, selling, which is what they were doing. They had Cena.
Yeah, that's what they hung their hat on.
They had Cena last year. And let's be real. If you did not have Cena's retirement tour, this would have happened last year. I feel like Cena artificially inflated. Cena plus the momentum of WrestleMania 40 in the years leading up to it made 2025, no matter how much the prices kept rising, the little slick stuff that they pulled, all the stuff that we talked about before. But it's like now you're asking that same price, if not even more, for something that's safe.
Yeah.
And so to me, I do think that the outcome of the Rumble, the winners, because it directly leads to Mania. The matches that we're getting, I love Liv Morgan. I really do. And I am going to set up so many stands, if the stands would even watch. Like, you know, guy, you know, like us shooting the breeze on this. I love Liv Morgan. I consider myself to be a fan of Liv Morgan. But when Bianca did not return, even though even in my heart, I was like, she's not coming back. Even though I predicted Liv, whenever Bianca did not return, that literally killed any women's main event match interest in that already at the Rumble.
Really?
It did, because oh my gosh, I sound so bad, but Liv versus Stephanie, Liv versus Jade is not a draw for WrestleMania. Bianca versus Jade is a draw for WrestleMania.
Right.
Rhea versus Jade is. Rhea versus Stephanie is. I think the match will be great because I feel like they're going to do Liv versus Stephanie. But then it also kills the other match, because what do you have for Jade? If they do Tiffany Stratton, oh my gosh, nobody wants to see that match again.
For no WrestleMania.
And it's like the only other person that I was like, okay, well, they could do Charlotte. They could run Charlotte. You got to think about for Jade.
They're teasing it.
What matches for Jade?
They just teased it.
They did?
They teased it.
Yeah,
but then Charlotte didn't win her qualifying match for the Elimination Chamber.
Elimination Chamber.
So that kind of kills that.
You think they keep it from being predictable this early, that they're going to have another like second chance qualifier and she get in that way? Or have they already announced?
I think they've announced the matches. I could be wrong on my count. It would be cool if they did, but it's kind of like I don't know. It's like as much. Dang, this sounds bad too. I just feel like I feel like a heel, man.
Come on, now.
But it's like the unpredictability factor of last year, and I still hated Jay winning. I still do.
Right.
But there was just like more going on early on. That's not even fair because I hated it. I think you still knew that you still had a main player that was waiting for the next stage that you were excited about. Okay, well, Cena didn't win, but Punk didn't win either. Roman didn't win. Even they could win the Elimination Chamber. So there was excitement going into Elimination Chamber.
Right.
So even though the build to Rumble was great, and even if you didn't like the outcome, there was still something to be excited for Chamber, because Chamber's like that second chance, like, okay, to build those next main event matches. But it's like, who cares about what's happening at the Elimination Chamber?
There were also multiple stories in the Elimination Chamber, whereas it wasn't predictable. It could be this guy because of this thing.
Right.
It could be this person because of this thing.
Yes, exactly.
And that's how it should be in the Elimination Chamber. You have multiple participants, and it should be to where you can't predict who it is.
Right.
Yeah. And then get into Roman. Roman versus Punk is a WrestleMania match, because I like
For
completely just like poo-pooed on everything. It was safe for him winning. I don't think that. I mean, like with injuries, man, because like Seth being out, Braun getting hurt. Honestly, there was nobody that I wanted to see win the Rumble either.
Yeah.
Because it was like, it's like the mat. Like, I didn't want to see Cody win again, but I would have loved to see Cody Punk.
Yeah.
But Roman winning, and then the promo that he and Punk had on Raw was like, that was more of like, okay, it's WrestleMania season. Like, that is what made me feel it.
Yeah.
You know, it was just, Rumble was deflating and safe, right? Rumble was deflating and safe for me. The thing that has got me really excited, and I know it's something that we were even thinking about earlier before we started, was the NXT talent that has come up.
Yes.
Like seeing Oba showing, seeing I know you mentioned Lash as well on the women's side. Like the women's side is great.
Yeah.
The women's side is great. There's a lot of depth in the tag division, which does kind of take away from the main main event matches or whatever. But like seeing Trick and what he's doing, like Je'Von, like all those things, like really exciting, but they're just getting started. And you know that they're not going. It's like, even though Je'Von and Trick are in the Elimination Chamber, you know that they're going to get so far.
Right.
They have Oba squashing Kit Wilson. He's only getting so far right now.
Right.
Have a ceiling.
Yeah, there's a ceiling right now. And it's, as much as I've enjoyed SmackDown more lately than Raw because of those talents, and because they're doing a little something different, like with Fatu and everything, I'm not excited for the whatever's going to be the WWE title match either. And I thought with Drew winning the title, I would be more excited.
Yeah.
But like right now, it feels a little samey too.
Does he have like a upcoming title defense?
If he doesn't,
okay, so
it's like
he's pretty much going to hold it until Mania.
That's kind of what they're.
So there's no way like there's a Saturday night's main event coming up that he can drop it.
I don't think that there is.
Okay.
What?
So Fatu is not in the Elimination Chamber, correct?
As of right now, he's not.
Okay.
Now, I will say that all this kind of made a hint that he was going to make it right to Fatu.
Maybe he gets a match at Elimination Chamber?
And that could potentially
And I want to say
happen.
I love Drew.
Yeah.
A heel Drew as champ. A hater Drew. I actually love hater Drew.
Yeah.
The fact that he showed up at the Rumble just to kick Cody out of the ring.
Yeah.
Might have been the best part of the Rumble for me. A drive-by just so he didn't win.
Yeah.
That entertained me a lot. I do like hater Drew.
I don't want to seem like I don't like it at all, but he's been getting him. Okay, if the chamber, what would be more interesting to me is if the chamber match itself was a match with Drew defending. because he's been
always
getting
more
involved in everybody's business.
Yeah.
I'd be cool
Yeah.
with that. I would
That
like
would
that.
be something
Yes,
different.
I
That would
like
give that little, because there's
Yes.
no excitement going into the
Yeah.
chamber right now. You kind of, I mean, I'm not saying there's none at all, but it's not like, oh man, like this is heading to the like WrestleMania season. It just
Yeah.
feels like, we got to check the boxes, get through chamber, and figure it out from there. So, yeah, like I don't know. Maybe it's I feel like it's fine, but it's not WrestleMania. Like, like it doesn't feel like WrestleMania yet. So I'm hoping, I do have more hope in the WWE product than I did ending the year. But it's also like okay, you've done some things right.
Yeah.
I'm very like cautious with it because it's like, if you don't nail WrestleMania, what are we doing here?
Yeah.
And that's kind of where I'm at. So it's like yes, there's things I've been really enjoying, but at the same time, I don't know if they're going to execute it.
Yeah.
I
gotta
don't have
see
the
it.
confidence
Yeah.
that they will. Only because I have this feeling, and I've had it since probably last year, that they're comfortable just being complacent and lazy
Yeah.
because you're gonna eat it up anyway.
Yeah.
And I really hate the thing like that, but everything they give me shows me that they're kind of complacent.
So like even at everything you've seen thus far since the new year started, you still feel like they feel like
Again,
they're complacent?
I think they're doing some things right.
Yeah.
With their younger talent,
For sure.
I like that they had Drew win the belt. That was something that
That
kind
was
of
good.
caught me off guard.
Yeah.
I was for sure that it won't go let. I figured Cody was going into Mania with the belt
Yeah.
because I figured they're complacent. They're
Yeah.
lazy,
Yeah.
but they pulled the rug out from under me. So I'll give them that.
Right.
But they still haven't done enough to make me feel like they do anything outside the box. And that's what I want more of that. I want to not be able to predict what's going to happen. I want to be able to go into a main event and not assume it's going to get ruined with a DQ or the Vision showing up or whatever you give me week after week after week.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So
I do see a bit of a change in their complacency. Like I was strongly on board with that's where they were. They seem to be scrambling now to make some shakeups.
Well, I think that's the ticket sales.
Yes.
Yeah.
Again, we don't know how good their shows do on Netflix or Saturday Night's Main Event. I don't know
Yeah.
how good these shows are doing, but I have a suspicion that they ain't doing as good as what they thought. And now, again, I think I said this on the last podcast. The best thing they need is competition or something that's going to motivate them. And if it's ticket sales, then so be it.
Right.
Do something different. Do something original. Shake things up.
Yeah.
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 I think they've been doing so well off of past momentum and big draws and so much excitement and everything that they did get complacent after. I mean, it's really started after WrestleMania 40. They rode that high, but I thought that was the case. I was like, okay, like what's next? Like where are they getting? But then we compare. 2024 was so much better, even though I felt that they were starting to get complacent in 2024. Like after Mania, it was still better than most of 2025.
Right.
But because they had Cena, it was like they didn't have to try.
Yeah.
And even though it's exactly what Jason is saying, because it's like okay, fans online can complain and we can half-ass so much, but we're still making bukus of money. Everything's still selling out.
Yep.
We're still selling all this merch and different things like that. We're getting new deals, $1 billion deals for ESPN and Our partners are happy. All this different stuff. When Saturday Night's Main Event got pushed to just Peacock, that was a little sign, but nobody really cared because nobody liked watching it on NBC anyways, because nobody liked the commercials. I think the true first chink in the armor is the fact that it's taking Mania longer to sell out. Yes, it is incredibly expensive.
Yeah.
If the prices were more reasonable and they were not in Vegas, I think they would be doing better, because it's not horrible, but it's not horrible to where it's not like horrible to where it's like people are still showing interest and they're still hitting those other metrics. I think like it's not as bad as it was in 2018, 2019, right? But it's not affordable and it's not great enough for you to be charging me that
That's
much.
the thing.
What?
You
It's
know?
not good enough.
Exactly. That's exactly what I was
not
trying to
good
say.
enough
And I
for
could
me.
not find the words.
You can't get me to go over all these streaming services,
Yeah.
pay extra for you pay-per-views, if you're not even gonna try to give me something good. If you put ads in my pay-per-view,
Yeah.
you only give me 4 matches and you give me ads.
Yeah.
Give me something.
Okay, you seem like you touched on, you feel like choosing Vegas again is a
Big.
wh-
Big.
wh- Why do you feel that
Vegas
way?
is so freaking expensive, man. Like, okay. What got me to go to Vegas was because we had just came off. I went to WrestleMania 39. I really wanted to go to 40, but it was like, just couldn't. The 39 trip was doable, but I still was like I think I was planning on going to, it was going to be like I was already in my head going to think about going to 41. Was like kind of early because I didn't want to go like back-to-back trips. Like it
Right.
still wasn't, I still needed another year to like really, so I couldn't afford it, right?
Right.
Just couldn't afford 40, but 40 was like great. And after 40 was like, okay, I'm definitely saving up for 41. I can do 41, yada, yada, right? So it was, Vegas was expensive. The food is expensive. Thankfully, I, was able to get a deal with like, where I stayed, so I didn't have that, but you had the flight. But it's like expensive in Vegas.
Right.
You cannot, unless the prices were dirt cheap, going again to Vegas is so expensive. Like Vegas itself is struggling with tourism.
Yeah.
And like all those different things. 42 was supposed to be in New Orleans until they snatched it away, right?
Right.
Everybody, I think I had talked to you guys about it. Family, some friends, like
Yeah.
everybody was so hyped about WrestleMania going into New Orleans.
Yeah.
Honestly, if it was in New Orleans, I would have like, ooh, I gotta go to New Orleans for it.
Yeah.
Because there was so much like New Orleans was a big point of like in my like friend circle, social groups. Like it would have been a nice trip.
Yeah.
So that what I would have been like, ooh, But I think doing a repeat location and then you're charging twice and then you don't have a draw or something that exciting. Those are the 3 reasons why
Okay.
it's not moving as much.
Okay.
But I definitely do believe that price, yes, but if it was in somewhere different where people would have wanted to go, like because some wrestling fans, like that's their vacation. Are you gonna go back to the same place? I mean, yeah, Vegas is great, but
Yeah.
it's not cheap.
Yeah.
So why would you want to run that again?
Right.
And then the last time you went, you about killed the territory with the main event in Vegas last year. You pissed everybody off. There was no positive buzz coming out of WrestleMania 41. There was no positive buzz coming out of WrestleMania 41.
You talking about with Paul Heyman turning?
No, that was night one. That was night one. I'm talking about.
yeah.
I'm talking about
yeah.
Rock no showing in the
Right.
the intentionally terrible match that Cena decided
Right.
to do.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
God.
That is
That
what
was
happened in
my
Mania.
mind.
That
That's
was
what
night
happened in
2
Mania
main
last
event.
year.
Yeah.
That was the main event. That was main event. That was night 2. So it was like there was and then like it was, night 1 going there. Me and my buddy Malik that we went to that we were planning on going. We made that trip, right?
Yeah.
That was cool, right? But night 1 until the triple threat with Roman, Punk, and Seth, felt like I wasted my money.
Yeah.
Night 1 was not good until that main event. That main event was like one of the best main events they've ever done for WrestleMania.
Right.
And then it was the inverse on night 2. It was the inverse on night 2,
Yeah.
right? Because then everything was really good, was really feeling like Mania until they botched the main event.
I remember we talked about that the next day.
I was thinking,
About how terrible night 1 was until the main event.
Yes.
And how good night 2 was.
because the women's triple threat was night
Oh,
2.
yeah,
that was the
opened it,
opener.
yeah.
And that was
Stole
one of my
the
matches of the year.
Yeah, that stole
Yeah.
the show.
Yeah.
As far as night
Oh,
2
for
goes.
sure.
Yeah.
For sure. And it's like, but at the end of the day, if it's not how you start, it's how you finish.
Yeah.
And that was so you overcharged people. The lasting impression was that it wasn't good.
Yeah.
On purpose at that.
Yeah. So I think all those things contribute to it. Now, if you went to a different location, maybe you would have had,
Yeah.
I mean, it still would. TKO was going to charge as much as possible, but maybe it wouldn't have. There's like some other factors that play into it too. Like, I mean, I still think they've sold like 30, anywhere between 35 to 38,000 each night. But I mean, it's a stadium; it can hold a lot more, and it's not moving as fast as years prior. So,
yeah.
yeah.
That the whole taking it back from New Orleans really offended me, because when you see that happen, when you see the Saudi stuff happening,
Yeah, and exactly.
I now know what kind of company you really are.
Yeah.
And I don't like it.
Yeah.
Whether I like your product or not, I know what you're about.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
all about the bottom dollar. Now you're blacking out companies or businesses around your stadium, so you're forcing people to go to your show. You're not for me. You're for yourself. You're for
Celebrities.
it's definitely celebrity.
shareholders.
You're trying to do boxing matches, but you're trying to you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what you're trying to be. You're trying to be boxing matches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
But
it's not.
This is different.
Yeah, it's different. It's
Totally different fan base.
Yeah, yeah. They're trying to make it into the UFC, and it's just, I think that's why it's not working. So I know you guys love the game. Everybody loves gaming, everything like that. Another year is another of the annual release of the 2K series.
Right.
I was like, have you guys been following that?
I actually have been following it very closely. The last 2K I bought, I don't remember exactly which year, but it was
Do you remember who was on the cover?
okay. Jesus. Remember the year they made a big deal about putting Seth on the cover?
Woo!
That was I skipped that one.
Oh, you skipped that one. Okay.
And everyone sensed it. I think Brock was on the cover.
Oh my
Brock Lesnar was on the
gosh,
cover the
that's
last
the
time.
last one that you-
because they all feel so repetitive and so predatory.
Yeah.
And
that's crazy that you felt that way back then
Yeah.
because it was not as bad as it is
it
now.
definitely wasn't as bad as it is now. But then like I seen it and I was
saw it
like
coming.
and then it was like the same game over again. And I'm
But
like
you missed 2K19, which was
I
like one of
know.
the best ones they ever did with AJ Styles on the cover. The gameplay was great on that
Yeah.
one. They had a lot of content. That was the last one that Ukes developed.
Yeah.
And since Ukes developed it, that's when it went to the shitter.
yeah.
But
See, but the whole thing that I seen that a lot of the wrestlers was being put behind paywalls even then.
oh yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
when they had already pre-announced all of the DLC and it was not worth it, I was definitely
You were
out
out
of it.
then, see.
The closest I was to getting it was last year. And then when I seen this year, I was like, I don't think I can miss it this year. Like, I really want to play this one. But then
Oh, what's the
the
but?
rest of the news rolled out about it. So I'm like, I guess I'm either one, skipping this one, or I'm going to wait until the sale. When it goes on sale, everything's marked down.
And
See,
then
but
the next one's about to come out.
exactly.
Yeah.
That's what they do.
You know,
Yeah.
I'll be honest. The only time I've ever played any 2Ks is when they go on sale, and then in a month the new one's out.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's Madden for me. Like
Yeah.
it's the
Yeah,
same
it is.
game over and over
Yeah.
again.
Yeah. And with this year, there are 4 different covers. You have the standard edition, which this is the first year that they've dropped the last gen, so no more PS4, no more Xbox One. It's all PC, PS5. I think Switch 2 has it, and then of course the Xbox Series X and S.
Yeah.
But you have the standard edition cover, which does have CM Punk on it for $70. If you want to, if you want to go up and add some more content, a little bit more DLC, they do all these little different like My Faction cards, bonuses, or whatever. You have the King of Kings edition, which has Triple H on the cover for $99.99.
Womp womp.
If you're feeling froggy and even more nostalgic, for $100.29.99, you get the Attitude Era cover, which is the best looking cover of all of them.
Oh, yeah.
And then for the last one is the Monday Night Wars edition, which has all the content up there. It's got, of course, WCW guys, WWF guys on the cover of that. And I think that edition, I was doing so good. Isn't that one like $149.99?
I thought it was higher than that.
I thought it was higher than that.
I thought it was damn near 200.
Yeah.
Well, I know the Attitude Era edition is like 130.
Yeah.
I want to say the Monday Night Wars is like 150, 160. Because it goes up in increments.
100.
Yeah. So it goes up $30 each one.
Okay,
Yeah.
So I guess that would be around 160.
Yeah.
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 God bless America.
Yeah, but it gets all, and then they're doing now they're doing a ringside pass, which has content, but it's a free tier, and then there's also a paid tier for it. So they're eliminating the traditional DLC model they did for years.
Yeah.
But now they're doing that. So it's crazy how we talked about WWE pricing out, and now the games are getting to that point now.
Suspicious.
And I warned you.
Suspicious.
Did I not warn you?
Suspicious.
And so, but to be fair, even myself, I'm not as, you guys are, real gamers, so to speak. I'm a lot more of a casual gamer when it comes to the video games. I usually get games that if it's an IP or franchise or something like that I'm more familiar with. So I usually do. I can name you the years. The funny thing is, I am one of those yearly purchasers of the WWE games. I can point out the years where I actually didn't.
Yeah.
Off the top of my head.
Hear you say that meme with Cat Williams. You're part of the problem. You're part of the problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, I usually do enjoy it. But last year was the year where I was like, just not financially.
Yeah.
Didn't. I played them too. It was there's 2008. 2011, I had missed out on those that I didn't buy the year of.
Right.
And then last year was the first year that I bought, just because it's I don't want to play this anymore. Or it's I feel like I've gotten the same, I reached the realization that years ago, it was okay, I'm not feeling it.
Yeah.
That was last year. But
So you didn't get last year's?
Yeah, I didn't get 2K25.
Okay, I didn't know that. I thought you...
No, the last one I had, it was a couple years ago. It was 2K24. But it's the games are it's that formulaic side to it. But it's been a year. They got more, more incentives on it and stuff like that. So I am thinking about getting it on this year. But to be fair, all the different covers and only one of them you can get physically is ridiculous.
Yeah.
But so will you guys be buying it at all? Or are you thinking you're just going to wait for the discount if you get it? Is it an if or you're going to?
It's a if. See,
Okay.
because I was actually interested in last year's 2025. And I'm I'm going to wait for it to go on sale. And when it got on sale to where I was comfortable paying for it, I lost interest.
Yeah.
But the biggest thing that I really want to experience, if we all get together and do the GM mode, and the draft, that's fun.
Yeah.
That appeals to me.
Oh, well, maybe
maybe
one of us will take the hit for the team so we can do it. I mean,
That
I'm
will
gonna
be
buy
the
it
only way I
anyways.
play it. Not because listen. If you want to support, I don't. If you want to buy a game every year,
Yeah.
I'm not solely against that.
Yeah.
But it's one-sided Do you see what I'm saying? You're paying all the money where they're doing very little
for you.
You know what I mean? And I didn't know this, but you're telling me I could pay $160 for a certain cover and I don't even get it physically?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
For?
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I'm very against those.
Why are the covers even exist?
So you mean like the month?
Who gives a shit about the cover?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
And the thing about it is, even when you buy the game, you see it on the preview, you have that cover, right? But guess what? When you go into the menus and everything like that, it's still just a regular cover.
That's the dumbest shit I ever heard. Why would I pay that? But I can't even hold it in my hand.
Yeah.
So you pay for so it used to be when you pay the most expensive version of the game. Okay, boom, you got all the content. Now it gives you the season pass, and you still have to grind to get all of the content.
I want to say I heard that even then there's still a way to pay even more for the virtual currency to unlock it.
Oh yeah, if you want to do skips.
That is
A Fortnite battle pass in an already paid for game.
it. Even if I wanted to get behind like the other editions, okay, I'm not getting it physically. These other covers, blah blah blah, what have you.
Yeah.
Okay. Once I seen what was included in these editions, it was very lackluster. Like between the standard and the King of Kings edition, it's a $30 price difference, right?
Yes.
And the only thing you're getting is a Arena, a 2000s version of Stephanie, and a 98 version of Triple H.
Yeah. If you're
Come on, $30 for that?
It's not. I feel like if you get that, either you get the standard, you get the Attitude Era edition, or you just go ahead and plunk down all for that. Like the King of Kings cover is utterly worthless. And speaking of that cover, when you talk,
That is on a whole new level.
Man, worthless.
you know, it's like, okay, you already have broken the cardinal sin of paying $100 for this game. You might as well pay an additional $30 to actually get that content plus more to justify buying it.
Yeah.
But the price of those covers are not the only controversy that came out this past month regarding 2K. So I know you guys have seen it.
Yeah.
And I know it wasn't just me that saw it. I'm sure everybody out there
Did
has
you
seen
see
it
it?
too.
You saw it.
I'm
Did
pretty
you
sure
see it?
you've seen it too.
You've seen it.
There was an entire discourse that went on just because Triple H was not only on the King of Kings edition cover, he was on the Monday Night Wars. He was on the Attitude Era edition. And the way that they enrolled the covers, it was like the Attitude Era edition was the first one that they revealed. Then they put out the Monday Night Wars one.
Right.
And then you got the King of Kings one, the one that's utterly worthless because there's not that much. I'm just reading what you said. You know, and then they put out the standard as the last one.
I'm surprised CM Punk didn't have a giant X on his crotch. I mean, this guy put himself on every cover.
On everything. And there was to me, it was a really fascinating debate that started. I believe the user's name was Aki Holiday on TikTok, talking about whether or not Triple H was the guy back in the Attitude Era. And it was pretty much a big discussion of whether or not he was overrated. Was he was just a mid-carder type guy? You know, was he overhyped? And of course, Twitter, social media, TikTok, everybody weighed in on this discussion. And I think really with Triple H's booking these days, it was just a fuck Triple H huge discussion. But
kind of a bad timing.
yeah, absolutely. But since it was such a great discussion, I wanted to just talk about it here. So guys, how do you feel about Triple H? His whole body of work. You can talk about the Attitude Era. You can talk about Ruthless Aggression. Was he a major main event star? Was Triple H, has he been underrated by all these haters? Or are they correct? Is he an overrated piece of monkey crap? I gotta know.
Listen,
Oof.
I think Triple H is okay. Do I think he was the guy, ever the guy, a pivotal point, no, I don't.
Oh.
In a way, I feel like is a bit overrated, but I do think he do deserve some flowers. You know, he wasn't like a bad talent. Mm-hmm. He wasn't. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I just feel like he was fine. Mm-hmm. I felt like out of all the major players in the Attitude Era, I don't think he was that big a deal. I think he became a bigger deal once The Rock got bigger and Stone Cold was gone more. It seemed like it just kind of fell in his lap. I mean, no matter how many stories they put out, like he was going to get there, but he was punished for one reason or another, halted for one reason or another. Like, it's besides the point. He was just never the guy until later.
I don't necessarily agree with that. He was a pivotal part of Attitude Era.
Yeah.
I mean, just because you're not the top one or two guys don't mean you're a huge part of the Attitude Era. This guy had iconic moments. DX with Shawn left,
Oh, yes.
he really I must say blossomed.
For sure.
He became into a real character. He took over DX, which was a huge part of the Attitude Era.
Okay.
Huge. Now, was he as big as Stone Cold? Was he as big as The Rock? No. But who was, dude? They were huge. They were the biggest thing going in wrestling. Somebody has to stand across the ring from the top guy, right? Okay. There are moments you remember Triple H.
Right.
In DX, the corporation,
right,
the game.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you don't get nicknames for nothing, man.
I mean, you kind of do.
All right, you got. You do, but his nicknames were good.
I mean, they were good.
Cerebral Assassin.
And I mean, I agree with you. Like, you can't. Those are the flowers I do give him. But to say like he was a major player, like he kind of rode Shawn Michaels' coattails.
Wait a
Shawn
second.
Michaels
Wait a
was
second.
gone.
Wait a second.
For 4 years he was gone. What do you mean rode
even then, like, at least like a good year going into 2 years strong, he still stayed mid card. DX, like their top champion, which was him at the time, he stayed in the Intercontinental picture. He wasn't getting title shots.
Let me ask you something, Pooh. When did the Attitude Era begin and when did it end? What is the era for you?
For me, the Attitude, the most memorable mark of it around the whole Stone Cold dropped the Austin 316 promo.
Okay.
But I felt like the whole change as a company as a whole was like when Vince McMahon came on screen and said, "We're not going to insult your intelligence."
Okay.
And
that was the
DX
start.
was a huge part of that.
Yes.
They were, but he was like fourth or fifth option. He was behind Undertaker. He was behind Stone Cold and The Rock that we already established.
But
he was
The Rock
me.
wasn't.
But you're talking about the very beginning of the
Rock had
Attitude Era.
at the Attitude Era.
Yeah, the Attitude Era went all the way until 2001.
Yeah.
It wasn't really the Attitude Era by that point.
It still was.
I would say that the Attitude Era ended at WrestleMania 17 when Austin joined with McMahon. I feel like that was the clear end of it.
I could co-sign on that. I agree with
I feel like, and then it goes into the invasion. You can make that was kind of like the, because if you think about Austin's rise and his wherever you go to Austin 316 or you start with the feud till when it ended when he joined forces with McMahon, that was like the identity, the core identity of the Attitude Era.
Even then, like in between those runs, the whole power trip, he was second fiddle.
In
to
2001.
Stone Cold
To
Steve
Stone Cold
Austin,
Steve
the biggest
Austin.
wrestler in the world, dude. Stone Cold changed the face of wrestling.
Only because The Rock wasn't there, he was busy.
No.
Mick Foley Foley had done sat down by that point.
You are
Stone
completely
Cold
missing
Mick
the year
Foley.
of 2000, which was the most creatively and financially successful year in the Attitude
2000.
Era. The 2000. And Austin wasn't there for most of that
No,
time.
he
Triple
won't.
H made Mick Foley sit down.
He was gonna sit down before that.
Stop it, dude.
Real,
Come on,
real
man.
talk. Undertaker made him sit down.
Real talk.
Undertaker
Triple
made
H and
Mick
Mick
Foley
Foley's
sit down.
Triple H and Mick Foley's feud
Yes.
was great. Great.
The best
And not
part.
just call him Mick Foley. Triple H
H.
made it great too.
Yes.
And I don't even like Triple H. You got me standing for this guy
I mean,
because you hating on him.
I ain't hating on him.
You are.
I'm just saying
Because
he
you're
wasn't
not
a major
Stone
player.
Cold Steve Austin.
He won't.
This guy, man.
But look at as long
like
as he
saying
was
you're
there.
not Cena.
As
You're
long
not
as he
Ric
was
Flair.
there.
No shit, you're not that guy. There's only one guy.
But I'm saying he wasn't in the main event picture until they were pretty much getting weeded out.
Because they were
Weeded out.
For whatever, like, okay, Rock got busy with movies. Austin was injured.
But he was feuding with Rock for most of 2000.
Freedom of Rock 2000.
Yes.
Over what?
The world title.
Kurt Angle was there too.
Yes, but he wasn't the top heel.
Who?
Triple H was the top heel in 2000.
He was too busy worrying about
He
Trish Stratus
feuded with
and all
Kurt
that.
Angle too. What's your
Yes,
point?
he did.
He feuded with all what you would consider top guys.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's your point?
was the
Even
top
when
heel.
they came along, it was like he seemed like, to me, he was behind them.
He wasn't.
Wow. Just because you're not the face, he's still the top guy. Okay. Let me ask you a question.
All right.
Okay, that's how you feel about Attitude Era. But you also, before you said that, throughout his pretty much entire career, you felt like he was never the guy.
No.
Was he never the top? The top. You can make an argument for Attitude Era. Okay, McMahon maybe been the top. Well, he was the top heel for the majority of it. As far as like wrestler, though, I will put Triple H towards the end. What about like post Attitude Era?
I felt like that's more of his shine as far as being
Okay.
the top guy.
Okay.
But attitude era wise, I don't think so.
Oh.
I think
I
his
think-
reign of terror actually is a detriment to his.
Yeah.
To me, that is that reign of terror actually takes away from what I think he was. Yeah, he was the top champion for a long time,
Yeah.
but look what he did during that time. It wasn't good.
It won't, but
I preferred his character, the game,
Yeah.
the cerebral assassin, a nasty MF. I preferred him in the Attitude Era. I think his character was great.
See, and my perspective is like ruthless aggression. I have early memories of Attitude Era, but it's
Yeah.
mostly from the games and what I heard from my dad and my brother.
right.
But my peak childhood, like ruthless aggression, and Triple H was the most evil, worst person. Edge was there too, but Triple H was that first big bad,
Right,
and I
yeah.
hated him.
And I agree.
And I felt like because I was a kid experiencing it, it was like I can't wait till someone defeats and beats Triple H.
Yeah.
And he was always like the top heel. And then Edge was like right under him as the time went on. And then
Right.
Triple H had turned like face and stuff. So yeah, like to me, I prefer that, but that's where my childhood is. Only in years past where I'm like, oh yeah, he was like the Reign of Terror and everything like that. But coming out of it, he made Batista and Orton.
Right.
Yes.
So
But that was post Attitude Era. But I feel like the Attitude Era period, he wasn't the guy.
well, okay.
He just wasn't.
Well, okay. Can you say that he was at least okay? Because the two top guys, Austin and Rock, there's
Right.
no debating that.
Right.
Foley won up there, Taker won up there, Triple H won up there. Like the guy was Austin, but then that's Rock, right?
Yeah.
But who's the top heel?
The top heel? Yeah, Taker. You had
Taker was not the top heel in the Attitude Era, man.
I mean, he was American Badass.
He was second
dude.
fiddle
Okay.
to,
I mean,
to
my guy was
McMahon.
American Badass.
See, but
bro.
okay,
It was me, Austin. It was me all along.
okay, yeah, okay.
It was-
okay, I
it was
thinking on
Vince.
that. It was Vince.
It was Vince.
Yeah.
But underneath that, if you take If you're just saying wrestler.
Right.
Okay, he won in 97, 98, but 99 onwards.
99 onwards.
Triple H, top heel. Do you know how
he's
much
not that
my
memorable.
brother hated Triple H for retiring McFoley?
Oh, I can imagine.
Do you know how much
I
we
was right there
hated
with him.
Triple H?
I mean, I was right there
He
with
was
him.
the top heel. He
Yeah.
was the top heel.
But who won't there?
But Austin was a face.
Who wasn't there?
You can't say
WrestleMania
that.
I
2000
disagree with you that he wasn't the top
You
guy.
can't-
He
Yeah.
wasn't the top heel.
But he's the top guy if the top guy ain't there.
No, he ain't. That's what you call. This is a word you don't like. This is what you
Interim.
call interim.
Nope, that's
he was
not-
the interim
No,
guy.
interim means, well, we don't want to make it the top guy because the other top guy got suspended or some crazy shit. So we just gonna put this on you because we don't want to piss the other guy off.
If Undertaker hadn't taken a break, if Austin was healthy, and Hollywood didn't call the Rock,
Triple H
No.
feuded with everybody you say
Yeah.
is the
on the
top
mid
guy.
card level at the time.
So you telling
on
me
the
you
mid-card
just
level
so
at the
Undertaker's
time.
mid card all of a sudden?
Because the other two guys was busy. He needed somebody's
Nah,
butt to
man.
kick. He needed somebody's butt to kick.
Sorry, dude.
Austin and Rock was doing something else with Kurt
no.
Angle and Jericho or whoever.
Come on,
Again,
man.
Triple H feuded with every name that's coming out of your mouth at that time. Chris Jericho, Kurt
Yes.
Angle, Undertaker,
Undertaker.
The Rock.
He wasn't the guy.
He was
man.
tag team champions with your man
he-
Stone Cold Steve Austin.
He wasn't the guy.
My man,
Wow.
He
my
won't feud with
man
Stone
tore
Cold at
his
the time.
quad and finished the match.
He wasn't feuding with Stone Cold back then.
Yes, he did.
When?
I just said
Whenever Austin, they remember the whole Austin got ran over?
Well, that's kind of terrible.
It was, but he was feuding
happen.
with Triple H at first.
It did happen.
Okay.
From late 2000 and
Okay.
early
Yep.
2001, he feuded.
All right, I digress.
So, yeah. So from one clique member to another. One of the other big controversies from this past month during Black History Month comes down to some comments that Kevin Nash made about Je'Von Evans, the Mr. Young OG.
He's a little bit too fucking Mr. Bojangles for me. I wish he was a little bit more urban.
Fellas,
Uh-huh.
Mr. Bojangles?
Come on now.
I'm the one that's supposed to be uncomfortable, not you.
Do you guys think that Kevin Nash is racist?
No, I don't.
Because I'm just for all those actually people. I just
do-
want to go
I
out
do
and say
that.
that
Yeah.
I don't think he's
I
racist.
don't either. I think you
No,
had a
I
bad
don't think
choice
so.
of words.
I had a bad choice of words.
Right.
I had higher expectations for Kevin Nash, especially since he's been so outspoken about Trump. But that doesn't mean that. Oh man, what did he? How old is he? Like, and he's like late 50s, early 60s, or
Gotta be
whatever.
close to 60.
60s, yeah. It's like an older guy. Like people have biases, prejudices,
Yeah.
and things like that. So my problem with him, even what he said was bad.
Mm-hmm.
But you can apologize and recover.
Right.
What my real problem with Nash is the fact that he doubled down on it. Even worse, did you see what he said after that?
I did not.
Oh my God. In so many words, Nash said he apologized at first, right?
Right.
He never should have said that. But he said that he was one of the only people that actually care about black talent, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that he also let me read it verbatim because I can't. There's no. I gotta read that verbatim.
right,
I gotta read that verbatim, man. It is
Yeah,
so bad.
I didn't hear his rebuttal.
No, I
you
didn't
guys,
this is
you
new to
guys
me.
gotta hear that. You
Yeah.
guys gotta
Yeah.
hear that.
Oh man, you apologize and move on. That's the only rebuttal you have.
Yeah.
You go, you know what? I had a bad choice of words. I apologize, and then you get out of that topic as fast as it can be.
Yeah.
That's your only recourse.
I didn't know he rebuttal.
He
I
did.
didn't either.
And he got a lot of backlash on Twitter and everything for it too. But you gotta hear that. Okay. because he was getting right through the coals on social media for what he said.
As he should.
Okay, this is breaking news.
This breaker says y'all haven't heard this, and this is
yeah.
where I was really upset with him.
Okay.
Here's what he said. This was a tweet, and he responded to this. I think it was like after Kev on Stage quote tweeted him or something like that. It was like he said he wouldn't. Anyways, how often have you heard the term Uncle Tom? Most likely, it was used in a degrading way. If you've actually read the literature, Uncle Tom was whipped to death for helping 2 free female slaves. He wrote. Sorry, this is them quoting it. Then he said, I apologize for the use of the term Mr. Bojangles. It was in poor taste and obviously offensive. I just see talent being pushed in a direction I disagree with. He should be the male version of Sol Ruca, more contemporary than urban. It's funny how I'm usually the only person who pays attention to the development of black talent. And he deleted that tweet afterwards. Thank you for...
Yeah.
That was his apology.
Uh-huh.
So not only did he call... this young North Carolinian, young black boy Joy, one of the most talented prospects in the business, Je'Von Evans. He told him that he told him he should be more urban. Like more, what does that mean? What does that mean? If you have, we have the anybody in the comment section,
You know what it means.
you should know what it means.
Right.
And if you don't see why that's offensive, explain to me what it means and see how crazy you sound trying to defend Nash for what he said.
Right.
Now, we said we don't believe he's a racist. It was poor choice. But that is the picture of tone deaf. So instead of actually apologizing, you're going to blame... You're going to try to be expert, want to be expert and try to educate people after being racially insensitive. You're trying to hit the well actually and talk about the Uncle Tom use and the only person that cares about black talent. And it was bad.
Okay, why the whole Uncle Tom explanation? Like, I'm not understanding
The connection is why he brought it up. I think it's because he used the term. I didn't see anybody mentioning something about Uncle Tom in anything.
Okay.
I saw a lot of tweets and I saw no one. Feel free to share with us if someone mentioned it, but in that context, it wouldn't work. I think what Nash was trying, how can I even say it?
He was trying to compare being called Mr. Bojangles to being called the Uncle Tom.
I think maybe people were trying to say like Mr. Bojangles is just as bad as calling someone. Probably so. And I feel like he was trying to correct them and also saying like, oh, I'm not racist. I actually know what it means. You know, I don't know. It makes no sense. Why would you just I shouldn't have said what I said. I apologize and leave it at that.
Right.
That's what you should have said.
Hindsight is 2020. Wait, what do you think?
All right, you want me to go first? But I'm sure what you got to say.
Okay, my initial take when I first came across it, I didn't hear he should be more urban.
You didn't hear that part?
No, like what I got exposed
the worst
to.
part to me.
Yeah, what I got exposed to was the whole Mr. How did he say it?
Mr. Bojangles.
Mr. Bojangles.
How exactly did he say it? Like
he said
His gimmick is basically
he's a little too fucking. And he stopped. He paused like he knew he shouldn't have said it like that. And then he said, too fucking Mr. Bojangles to me. That's how he said it. He needs to be a little bit more urban because he was talking. It was what it started was it was on his podcast and it was a response to the big spot.
Yeah,
the OG cutter off the top rope that he gave to Bravo. Tyler Bate. When he gave it to him and he was basically saying that. He was like critiquing, saying like, yes, he's really athletic, but I want to see. Basically, he was saying he wants to see more.
character.
He was talking about selling.
Right.
He said he's a great seller, but his punches like don't like hit as much. Like he was basically doing it. It was like a response.
Okay.
You know how like the old timers in the business, legends or whatever, and they talk about like they give her to critique or like stuff, like even how he gave like Raquel
Right.
like those bonuses, like pointers and stuff like that. So that's where it started. But it was the way that he said it.
The way I take it. Okay, initially, to a point, I still don't quite understand this Mr. Bojangles reference, but I take it as the happy-go-lucky guy.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know if I'm on the right track or not, but when I hear it, like that's what comes to my mind.
Yeah, yeah. You know, you've ever heard of Mr. Bojangles?
No.
Yeah, he was
To
actually
me, Bojangles is chicken.
Yeah,
so like
yeah.
when I first heard it, like he's trying to say you need to eat less chicken. Like,
it's like either way you interpret it, it does sound bad. But Mr. Bojangles used to be a tap dancer, and it was like during
tap dancer.
Yeah, during segregation,
right?
Like during around that time, Jim Crow era. That's the furthest, because I hadn't heard of Mr. Bojangles either until then. But when you go back and you look at the pictures and stuff like that, you know, and I mean. It's to me, that's another way of saying, you know, he's just smiling, shucking, and jiving.
Yeah,
that's essentially what I kind of got.
Right.
Yeah, tap dancing.
That's the inference that I took.
Yeah.
Okay, so with that being said, I can't say I really have a problem with it, because in my opinion, especially in WWE, the way your black talent is always put out there, they're always happy to see the crowd jumping, and you know what I mean? They always that, if it's not comedy relief, they're that guy that just happy to be here.
Yeah.
You know, put on a best effort match, you know. To me, like that whole stigma, especially on black wrestlers in WWE, is overdone.
Yeah.
Especially like the way Kofi was introduced to us. What was those two guys in NXT? There was a tag team like I don't know how to say his name.
Oh, you talking about Malik Blade and Edris Enofe?
Yes,
yeah,
them. Apollo Crews.
Yeah,
you know, it's like, oh, come on, and it's like Je'Von Evans' presentation does fit that mold. You know what I mean?
But it's who he actually is.
What do you mean?
That's how he is.
Yeah.
I'm gonna defer to y'all most things about this, because you know. But is it more racist or less racist to put it in a gimmick that is opposite of what you, like you said, Je'Von Evans seems sincere.
Right.
Yeah.
Seems like he's really like that. So is it less racist or more racist to put him in a gimmick that is more urban?
Yes.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, is the what you call happy-go-lucky black guy, is that more racist or less racist than
just
prime time?
Yes. Or being the angry black man.
Yes. On the other side of that, I would like more explanation on what did you mean by more urban? You know, like as of right now,
I don't think you need an explanation.
But sometimes, like, it's the words you choose, you don't really mean it the way it come off. You know.
But when you think
From
of urban,
the
what do you think of?
I know what I think.
From the
Street.
yeah,
hood.
yeah. That's what we think.
Yes,
but like,
there's no other way to put it.
From a white perspective,
Yes.
There's no way.
There's
You're
no
not
other way to put it,
inferring
man.
that you need a guy to be more gangster.
Yeah,
I don't know what other words you want to use.
Yeah.
Gangster, hood.
Yeah.
These are not words
But
I should be using to describe anybody of any other color.
But
it's simple.
Is that really what they had in mind? I was
Yes.
like, we don't know that.
There's no other thing to have in mind.
We don't know.
But it's like he obviously does not know Je'Von at all.
That's the thing.
Because
That's the
Je'Von
thing.
is both.
That's the
There's
thing.
duality. We are not a monolith.
Yeah.
There's duality. He's 21 years old. He's happy to be on the main roster. He's a young prodigy.
Yeah.
He's a baby face. He does the 6'7" and that boy bounce.
Yeah.
He's a high flyer.
See,
He's gonna be happy.
Yeah.
But Je'Von had a great run on the independents that I found out a lot afterwards, especially as I got more ingrained like in the independents around North Carolina, like his DPW run, you know, his stuff in Sorry, about to be LA Knight. His run in Firestar Pro Wrestling, like all of those different things. And then when you look at his stuff in NXT, he can take it there.
Right.
Because that's also a side of him too. If he needs to be more urban, he can do it.
Right.
He literally, when he was on the Indies, there's a clip that I saw, like I think it was in DPW, where he told somebody in the crowd to shut your bitch ass up.
Yeah.
He can do that if you want him to be more urban.
Right.
But it's like he's authentically
him.
See,
going back to what you were saying about putting one gimmick on the other on a black wrestler, is it racist? It's racist if you force them to be that way when it's not them. The best gimmick, like they always say, is being yourself, but crank it up.
Yep. I mean,
I don't think Kevin. I could be wrong. Kevin Nash really felt like that was authentic to Je'Von Evans. The best gimmicks are even the ones
think that's authentic to any person of color.
Anybody.
That's what I'm getting at.
But what I'm saying, anybody that puts on that gimmick good, like you really believe that's them.
Kevin
That's
Nash,
not
man.
the issue. It's
Yeah.
not.
But what I'm saying
And this is gonna sound like I'm saying Kevin Nash is a racist. I'm not.
Yeah.
But when the word urban comes out of his mouth,
come on now,
it only means a certain amount of things.
I get it, but what I'm saying is, if he don't know that, okay, this is authentically Je'Von Evans. What he's saying, if WWE is going to put a gimmick on him, don't put this one on him, put the other one on him.
Because he doesn't like this gimmick.
Because it's overdone. Look at everybody else that's done it.
I think you're taking it from the perspective of a black wrestling fan that's seen stuff. Kevin Nash is taking it from an experience of what he thinks a young... a YN. I'm just going to say that. I'm going to keep it clean for here. I can say it, but that's what he's expecting. He wants it from what he said, and especially after doubling down, it sounded like I have a perception of what I think this YN from North Carolina with dreads, locks for us, dreads is probably what he's thinking, is going to act in. The Mr. Bojangles isn't fitting it for him. That's what I took from it.
You can be misinformed without being racist. And I think Kevin Nash is misinformed of what he thinks Je'Von Evans should be bringing to the table, considering he's a young black man.
Yeah.
I think he thinks Je'Von Evans is too Jeff Hardy and not enough, I don't know. Insert random black character that he thinks he's supposed to be.
I would like to know what Kevin Nash's idea of act more urban is. Like, what is his idea of it?
Crime time.
We don't know that. I mean, we projected that on him, and it's a safe projection. But we don't know that. Like, what do you mean by more urban?
Okay, so what is an acceptable way for that to come out of his mouth and for what him to mean?
That's what I'm saying. I don't know what he means. I would like to know.
I'm asking you, what do you hope he meant? I think you're being very generous. Because he sort of agrees with what you're saying. But y'all agree with it in different ways.
Right.
He cannot agree with it the same way you agree with it.
Right.
I understand exactly what you're saying. But from my perspective, I can't see it the same way as you. It's just not possible.
Right.
Yeah.
And neither can he.
Right.
He might want to be black. He might think he's a cool guy, cool daddy, cool diesel. He's just not.
And
you cannot say things like that.
Right. He got a little too comfortable.
Yeah. Now, I can't disagree with that. But I think we all just need clarification. Like, what exactly do you mean by...
Well, he had a perfect opportunity to apologize. I think he tried to explain what he was saying, but it didn't. He prefaced it by trying to educate people what Uncle Tom meant. Like he was the only person that cares about black talent. And then he apologized. It was a mess.
If I'm invited to the cookout, I don't take that as a thing. I can just say anything. I still go by my manners.
I mean,
Just because I'm invited don't mean I got the flag to just go.
Yeah. I mean, I agree. And I'm not.
And neither does he.
I'm not saying that what he's saying is okay. I just think we need more clarification, especially before the allegations thrown his way and it was put out there.
Well, again, he's got a podcast.
Again,
He can tell me exactly what he meant.
we can, but
He could have put out a podcast right after you went viral.
have we all really heard his podcast? Like
I'm
he's not.
subscribed to the YouTube channel. I watch clips,
I
and
cannot-
I went back and watched
Yeah.
the full context to give you what he was talking about before he was talking about Je'Von, and then the end it was talking about selling and da da da. So he was trying to give wrestling advice, but the way that he said it, you just go back and watch
Yeah.
it, and the way he thought about what he was going to say,
Yeah.
and then he said it anyways.
My point is like he is somebody I like, and I figured I would like his podcast, but I can't watch it because of he don't stay on topic and
too slow.
he rambles.
Yeah.
So I think
Very hard to listen to.
I think what we're asking him to do is something like at this point he's not capable of.
So you're saying he can't even,
I don't think he can.
but he can educate people what Uncle Tom means.
He think he can.
That's yeah. So if he can think he can do that,
Yeah, he read Uncle Tom's Cabin. He read a freaking book. Mr. Genius over here.
But
God damn, he read a book.
I think what
That ain't a freaking.
he can't help himself, man.
Oh man,
mean,
I think
you-
you're
you-
giving Nash too much credit,
do,
man.
Listen, Kevin Nash is likable.
Right.
Yeah, he
I
is.
don't even
Yeah.
like him, and I like him.
Yeah.
I don't want to like him, but he's a cool guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think, like you said, he might have got too comfortable. He figured,
Yeah.
I get a pass.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
I
he
can
wore
say
FUBU
this.
on TV, he can get a pass.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
can say this. You know, it's probably not a big deal, urban.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I'm telling you, white people can't say the word urban.
they can't say it.
No.
Yeah, come on, because it's
No,
coded.
man.
This is coded
Let's
as
go-
DEI and
Yeah.
thug and all
Yeah.
that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
urban stuff,
That's what you're referring. That's
Yeah.
urban. You can say gangster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hood,
That
thug. Yeah.
for me, that's the explanation I would like for him to elaborate on.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can't just take my word for it, huh?
I mean, you're
I'm
not.
somewhat
You
of
know,
an
Go back and watch it. You go back
I'm
and when you get a
somewhat of an
chance,
Yeah.
expert.
read the tweet
I mean,
again and
I
everything like
believe
that.
you. It's a legit projection, but I would like to hear from him.
While you keep using these words, projection, assumption, I'm telling you what he meant. Now, did he mean it in the worst possible way? No, I don't think he
Yeah.
did.
Yeah.
But he meant it.
You think he meant he
he
won't
meant
crime
he
time?
needs to be a little more gangster.
Yeah.
He doesn't need to be the bubbly, bouncy,
Yeah.
happy-go-lucky guy that you don't like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And obviously, he don't like it either.
Yeah.
But it's not for him to say what Je'Von Evans should be, especially regarding things like that.
Right.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, that's not a part of your gimmick. He should be critiquing.
Yeah. I agree to an extent.
I think if he'd have just maybe, and again, I'm going to defer to y'all, if he'd have just stuck to the Mr. Bojangles thing and not used the word urban, I think he would have been okay.
I think the fact that Mr. Bojangles was a tap dancer during Jim Crow era also was pretty bad.
Yeah.
I feel like both of them are bad, but it's like, okay, now you're going like,
Yeah.
it's bad.
I feel like
Yeah.
urban is
I feel
the
like
worst
if he
thing
said is like, like both of them are bad. I can't even try to break it down.
They are.
But
they are.
To be fair though, like this is not an era where we have just one type of black performer on TV.
Yeah.
There is a diversity of black.
Yeah.
Yes.
Trick Williams, Obafemi, Je'Von Evans, they're all completely different characters.
Right.
You have Lash, you have your Biancas, you have Carmelo. They're all different. You know what I'm saying? It's like they're all different. They don't follow just that one mold. We're not the one spot on the roster for the black man.
Yeah.
We're not in that anymore.
Yeah.
And I think that Je'Von is just Je'Von.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you rather Je'Von just be Je'Von or Oba who puts on a fake accent to be Oba? Would you rather that? Would you rather Je'Von put on a fake accent? Or, you know what I mean?
At the end of the day, whatever is more authentically you, whether I like it or not, I'd rather you be that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me too.
You know, if what he's doing is something he's forced to do, was put on, like, no, I'm not buying it.
Oba makes it work,
Oba makes it
Yeah.
work.
but that is not his real voice.
No,
Yeah.
that's not his real voice. He does his real voice sometimes in a mocking way.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think because I would say that if it was Vince who came up with it, that would be one thing. But Shawn Michaels has shown that he's very open to diversity.
Yeah.
And I appreciate that. And I think the fact that, he found something like in his culture to like pull from. I mean, you have to me, he's like, like respecting him, like, because he's from Nigeria. So I feel like I feel like what you said, what we just talked about, the characters turning it up to 11.
Yeah.
That's how I feel with Oba.
Yeah.
It fits.
Yeah.
Whereas to me, it did not fit with Apollo.
Yeah.
That was fake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, again, I don't know if it was fake or not.
Yeah,
I'm
'cause I think he
assuming-
has some
I'm assuming
background, too.
But when you've already presented me with this guy, I
That's
know
the
he
thing,
doesn't
yeah.
have this accent.
Yeah.
At
Yeah.
least with Oba, you only know it if you really
If you-
Yeah,
know
yeah.
his early
You
stuff.
look behind the curtain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With Apollo, you knew that's not what this guy
Yeah.
was.
Yeah.
And then you try. That's
Yeah, yeah.
offensive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I agree, like, there should be more diverse gimmicks put on blacks. You know? Trying to think exactly how I want to say it. The whole thing, like just a happy black guy to be there. Like,
But it's so funny because the stereotypical gimmick for a black man in WWE is the opposite of what the stereotype is out in society.
Exactly. Especially when you have the body build the way he has it in Malik Blake, and you have that body tight. That's what you get stuck with. Because Kofi had something similar when he debuted.
Yeah, but the Kofi one is more along the. It's different though.
But if you're a big guy, you get stuck with the badass snarling guy you
Yeah.
don't like either.
It ain't that I don't like it.
So I mean, where is the beauty of it?
I'm not saying I don't like it. It's just make it believable. Make it believable. As far as the big guy, yeah, that's my only thing. If you're gonna be a big guy, put it on the guy that can pull it off.
But a big guy can't be bouncy.
Neither do all the
Big E
small
was
ones.
big.
Yeah, he pulled it off.
He made it work.
Yeah.
He really, when he first got there, he was like
They tried to force him to be the
bully.
angry snarl. Yeah, that one didn't work.
Yeah, so when he turned into the bubbly guy, it worked. It
'Cause
was-
that's
it was
who they
believable.
are.
But yes, yeah.
Yeah. And you love a New Day. Mm-hmm. So just give it some chance. Give Je'Von a little bit of it.
I mean, I am like I said. If this is authentically who you are, cranked up, fine. Like, do you? That doesn't mean I like it. Have to like it. You know what I mean? But I'm happy for you. That's what you're doing.
Yeah.
Just if what he was doing was what was forced on him, you know what I mean?
But look at him out there. He's not. He's literally. He is. Look at when his entrance.
Right.
And he comes out and he goes into the camera and does
Yeah.
having a good time, and the way that he interacts with the crowd, how he vibes, like
Yeah.
it's just it feels authentic. It
It does.
feels like him.
It does.
So yeah.
It does.
I think this is a bigger conversation in that until you get more representation on the main roster,
Right.
at
Yeah.
least 50-50, everybody's going to look at how the gimmicks are portrayed.
Right.
Yeah.
And until you get more representation,
Yeah.
and they're headed in the right direction.
They are headed
Yeah.
in the right
A
direction.
lot better than the previous year, obviously, the last few years.
Yeah.
For sure.
And I hope it's for the better, but always am a little conscious of how they're getting portrayed in the internet world.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like they got a lot of heat for not pushing a lot of their talent of color.
They did.
And this is gonna sound bad, but is this overcompensation?
I think it's a natural evolution of where the business is.
Only reason I say
Yeah,
overcompensation is because I think these guys should have already been on the main roster. And to push them all at once feels like an overcorrection.
I can see that too.
So maybe
overcompensation.
overcorrection
I can
is a
see
more
that.
accurate word I'm looking for.
Right.
No, I can definitely see that.
Not that none of these guys deserve it.
No,
but
I know what you're saying.
Oba and Trick should have already been on the main roster.
Yeah.
You
in
know,
my opinion.
I honestly think seeing where they are now, the extra year did them great.
Trick
Oba is so
especially.
new
Trick.
to the business in general, but Trick especially.
Trick's character is great.
Yeah.
That
And I was not a
TNA
fan.
I totally
Yeah.
did not see it going.
I was not a fan to begin with.
Man, I've looked. Ooh, man,
He was
Trick
a
Willie from the
lackey, though.
beginning.
But
Yeah.
He was a funny lackey.
Yeah.
But to say
Yeah.
this guy's going to be one of the next big things,
Yeah.
I never would
I
have
did
guessed
I'm
see
it.
it
gonna
coming.
tell you,
Never
this
would have
is-
guessed it.
This is not a hot take. There's so many comparisons with him and Booker T and everything like that, which obviously because he mentored him a lot. But in every way that I'm seeing it, Trick is the next John Cena. From a guy who, way that he got into wrestling, how he wasn't supposed to be the guy who was pushed, and how no one is looking at his in-ring work.
Yeah.
And how a lot of the early criticism about Trick is, he can't wrestle that well. But the way that he's growing into a performer and the way that he's going to take over and how he's getting over, it just feels like a new, it feels like they're not the same character. Whoever's listening, if you hear what I'm saying, you can kind of see the like parallels with the worker, as far as like the in-ring ability and how they grew from being, nah, man, this kid can't wrestle, to where Trick's potential is like infinity.
Right.
Like I literally think that he can be like face of the company type. He's the way that he's just taken over and he's gotten even more over. It is phenomenal, man. Like
Yeah.
I was
that
worried
man.
he was going to be just a catchy theme song.
Yeah.
mm-hmm.
But I mean,
Yeah.
the guy's got it, man.
He's
really
that
got
man.
it. He's
Yeah.
got it.
Trick Willie,
Yeah.
Tricky
Yeah.
2 times,
Yeah, he got
with
it.
his lemon pepper steppers
He
on.
talk shit with the
Yes.
That's what
Yes.
you need.
Yeah.
Yes.
You need somebody that can go in there, be confident, talk shit, and be able to back it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he got the look, obviously, but again, on NXT, I didn't think he had it.
Yeah, that extra development.
Yeah.
And that TNA
Yeah.
partnership, man, pay
Yeah.
dividends. Let's talk about it. And the last thing we want to talk about today, to close things out on a high note, it is Black History Month. And this is something that's near and dear to our hearts. One of the founding members for the channel, for the Beatdown, Jeff, passed away about 6 years ago. And the first topic that we ever reached on the channel was a Mount Rushmore discussion.
Yeah.
Mount Rushmores have been talked about a lot over the course of, social media and wrestling spaces, everything. It's one of those great barbershop conversations you can always hit.
Yeah.
But then at Black History Month, and the fact that now our friend Jeff, he was a leap year baby, so his birthday would have been February 29th, coming on what would have been his birthday. Thought what better way to do that to honor Black History Month, Jeff's legacy, and also the future for the channel than to have a little quick discussion about our Black Wrestler Mount Rushmore. Now, fellas, this is something I struggled trying to come up with
Oh man.
how
Yeah.
to nail 4 wrestlers in this slot. But I think it's a great topic, and I definitely think we should give it a shot.
All right.
So who wants to go first?
It was definitely hard to tackle this one, nail it down. And it's a lot that I know that they done for the business. They contributed in their way. Some had bigger impacts than others. But I really felt like for this one, like who hit it for me. Mm-hmm. You know, there's a lot or ones out there that was popular, you know, with the masses. You know, they were fine for me, but they really didn't hit it for me. Mm-hmm. So my Mount Rushmore list is a bit more personal.
Okay.
First and foremost, I got to give it to JYD, the Junkyard Dog. You know, Mr. Grab Them Cakes. You know, I used to love that music video, you know, when it, you know, came on TV and, you know, watch them come down the crowd and, you know, do those matches and, you know, dance with the kids and, you know, finally went out on the high note as, you know, King of the Ring when he took it from Harley Race. Growing up, I was a huge Hulk Hogan fan. Easily, you know, right there to give me that entertainment value of tuning into WWE was looking forward to seeing Junkyard Dog.
Yeah.
He's on my Mount Rushmore. Got to take my hat off to the first black world heavyweight champion in wrestling, Mr. Ron Simmons.
You could tell we're the same age.
Yeah.
Okay.
You just watching them try the first time and dropping the ball and then getting that second try and, you know, dethroning Vader. Like, you know, wow, like how impressive was that? You know, like the first time you seeing someone like you be that top guy and take out, you know, the big bad.
Yeah.
You know, got to give it to Ron Simmons, you know, my number 2. The next one to do it for me was Booker T. You know, he put being a top guy as a black wrestler on a whole new level. And he'd do it multiple times. You know, especially carrying WCW on his back when a lot of the ones who were above him, you know, was turning their back and he carried the company on his back. You know, regardless of what he was making, he made the best of the opportunity given to him. You know, that's how you represent, that's how you shine. Booker did that.
Yeah.
Booker T's on my Mount Rushmore. Last but not least, someone that thoroughly entertains me from the time that they broke into the business and I laid eyes on them, clearly passed the eyeball test, got it done in the ring, was Bobby Lashley.
Wow.
Bobby Lashley makes my Mount Rushmore.
Wow. That is excellent.
Yes.
That is an excellent. Wow. I really love that list because it is personal. And I'm glad that everyone that you laid out deserves their, you know how much I love Lashley.
Yeah.
And all the contributions of Ron Simmons and Booker T and of course JYD. JYD was the guy in Mid-South, right?
Oh yeah.
100%.
And just JYD is definitely deserves like that's an amazing list. Everybody there, that's fantastic. I'm like, you're actually making me think, should I went more personal with mine?
Yeah.
Rather than the perspective that I took, but I love it. I love it. All right. I struggle with it. Do you want me to go next?
No, I'm gonna go in the middle. I don't want to be first, and I ain't want to be last on this list for obvious reasons.
Come on, man. You
But
cool.
This isn't. This obviously isn't as personal to me as you guys, but I mean, I love wrestling. I could see who's good and who ain't, obviously. But my list, to me, is an obvious no-brainer. The Rock is, he's almost, I debated even putting him on the list because he was such a no-brainer for me.
Yeah.
But I am not even going to go over his credits because it's The Rock.
Exactly. Yeah.
Secondly, I had JYD. Because I mean,
Much
listen,
love.
as a kid,
Yeah.
I can't share the same experience as you, but
Yeah.
to see it another person of color, not another, but a
Yeah.
person of color on TV was different for me.
Yeah.
But I just love JY rocking wrestling. I mean, he was on a cartoon.
Yeah.
Love the guy. I don't think he ever got enough credit, and he obviously didn't get enough to do. He was on the first. He was on every pay-per-view, in the inaugural pay-per-view.
Yeah.
For WWE. But yeah, JYD would be my second pick. Third would be Ron Simmons. Again, never got the push. WCW got that push.
Yeah.
WWE was never treated like I think he could have been treated.
Yeah.
He always had a role, but never won anything other when he was in the APA. But now he's probably known as the damn guy.
Yeah.
And I don't like that because I'm old, man.
Yeah.
So I know him as a guy who can whoop your ass. Not some comedy damn guy.
Yeah.
No, this guy can beat the dog snot out of you.
Yeah.
And would. And there's evidence
Yeah.
of him literally beating the crap out of people. And it's great.
Yeah.
Go watch a Doom match.
Oh, please do.
Go watch one right now. You will not regret it. And lastly, I got Mercedes Moné. Oh! Mercedes Moné.
Oh,
Yes.
wait a minute. I got to clap.
Yeah.
Mercedes Moné.
Yes.
5-time women's Raw Women's Champion, SmackDown Women's Champion, AEW TBS Champion, IGWP Champion, Strong Women's Champion, 3-time Women's Tag Team Champion, inaugural Tag Team Champion.
Put it out there.
I mean, you can tell me she's the greatest women's wrestler, and I mean, I couldn't argue with you.
Yeah.
So that rounds out my list.
Man.
Rushmore.
I love that list, man. Love
Appreciate
it.
That's incredible. Wow.
Yes.
I'm really impressed. Especially.
Thanks.
I'm really
I was
impressed.
worried about it.
No, you did great.
No, man.
That's a phenomenal list.
Yeah.
I struggled with it because I was like, maybe I could try to counterpoint or add like, oh, what about this? But y'all hit everybody that I would have wanted to. I'm going to take like a different perspective with mine just because since I am, I can't call myself that. I mean, young, but not that. I'm getting up there.
You the baby between us.
Definitely.
So I do want to take the time, and I think if it was a different Mount Rushmore, I would take just the perspective of biggest draws, biggest superstars, most memorable, whatever. But for me, I think there's no way when you talk about black wrestlers in the history of wrestling and the obstacles that they had to go through and fight, just like everybody else who had to go through Jim Crow segregation and getting opportunities. We even alluded to earlier in the conversation with the way that, black men have been pigeonholed into certain roles in WWE especially and everything like that. So you can't ignore racism in the conversation just because the fact that wrestling is a predetermined sport, form of art, cinema, whatever you want to call it, is a medium, right? There are people who should be up here that will never get the recognition that they truly deserve.
100%. I struggle with the same.
Yeah.
There's so many people I wanted to name, but because of how they were booked or not booked.
And it hurts. So to respect that part of the conversation, even though I really, really, really wanted to put Ron Simmons for being the first black world champion, I'm going to give the nod on my Mount Rushmore to who should have been recognized as the first ever black world's champion, and Bobo Brazil. Bobo Brazil was one of those first names that broke a lot of barriers in the industry. I did some research. I always remember a lot of packages and stuff like them growing up, when he was in the Hall of Fame and just when the WWE actually cared to acknowledge Black History Month.
Yeah.
And when they would talk about Bobo. And I actually learned recently about how he won a match against Buddy Rogers, but it wasn't recognized. So he should have been world champion. But the NWA never recognized it, and then Buddy Rogers got the title back the next day.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna give it to Bubba Brazil to represent that, and as well in his side or whatever you want to call that part of the mountain or stone, the other wrestlers who, you know, through whether it was, you know, women's wrestlers who went through or other, you know, wrestlers of color who, you know, were true superstars but didn't get that exact as much as they should have because of it. All right, now for the next part of it, I wanted to do more to represent women's wrestling. And as this is, I'm going to mention her first, but she's not on the Mount Rushmore just because of Jacqueline Moore. Should have, if she was like today, she would have definitely had like a lot more. And she did pave like way in her own way. But when I look at the accomplishments of this superstar, of this wrestler, what she did for women's wrestling in the modern era, and how many women have gotten into wrestling because of her matches with Bayley, because of being the first Black woman to main event WrestleMania alongside Bianca Belair, and how much the generations going on, especially of the upcoming Black female talent, that look at that match as their favorite match and their litmus point. All the accomplishments and strides she has made in the WWE, outside of the WWE, one of the greatest women's wrestlers of all time, wrestlers, period, but definitely Black female wrestler of all time, and Mercedes Moné,
Amen.
Sasha Banks. She has to be up here.
Preach it.
And the last two are give me's, and I can't not put them up there, even though I want to cheat and add like New Day as a tag team because of like how significant they are and how much they mean to me. So if we had like the the six grandfathers version of the Mount Rushmore, that was, you know, the Native American, you know, stone that was there before the presidents were put there.
Yeah.
I would add them in there. But because it's Mount Rushmore, I'm going to stick with just 4 picks. And I'm going to add The Rock and Booker T as my last entries. Those are pretty self-explanatory.
Amen.
Ladies and gentlemen, this has been fantastic.
I really wish we had more time to
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
sit and talk, but as they say, good things come to an end, and this is one of those times, my friend.
Yeah. Well, to everyone who's been watching at home, who's been supporting us, EK Wrestling, and us restarting the beatdown on our 2nd episode now, we appreciate you. We love you. Definitely sound off in the comments of anything that's been going on this road to WrestleMania, the different conversations that we've had, even some we haven't even got a chance to speak on today. We'll be back again to talk about all the happenings in this wacky world of wrestling, so don't you worry. We will be back. We'll get to it. And I just want to say, you know, all the YouTuber stuff, please be sure to like, comment, share, subscribe. We don't grow without you, and we appreciate you all for supporting us. We love you as always.
Even if you hate us.
Yeah, hey, let your haters be your motivators, you know?
Yeah,
it's
man.
like that good engagement, even though the guy who told us, like, these men are getting so over-animated about, do you not have any passion in your life? Do you not have something that makes you just want to go?
Love something.
Yeah. Feel something, my brother. Open your third eye.
Please.
But to everybody, I've been Brandon.
I'm Pooh.
Jason.
Until next time, we're going to do it for the one time, just so you remember and you recognize
The beatdown is out.
Yes, sir.